Welcome back to the Brent Daniels Real Estate Live Show. If you love real estate and you love friends, you are in the right place. This is a question and answer show. It is myself, and we've got the incredible Alejandra Lordy here on the ones and twos. Luke is gone today. He is in Italy. He is gone, so that's exciting. But we've got an absolutely incredible show for you today. We're going to jump into trivia real quick, and I see you, Sean G. I love this. The question he's got is, when going on a seller appointment, you want to uncover the goals. What are some really good questions to get the seller to open up and tell you about their goals? I love this question. We're going to get to it in just a second. Let's warm up the show a little bit, Sean. Stay tuned, guys. If you have questions, put it in the chat. That's why we do this live. But listen, guys, here is the steps. Education, right? This is understanding what your goal is. This is what I think the education is. What is your actual goal? What is your goal for active income? What's your goal for passive income? Next comes skills. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you actually go out there and provide value to the marketplace. This is you building it up. And I will tell you this, in real estate, the magic, the secret sauce is you on the phone negotiating deals, making offers. Do not overcomplicate it. TTP, talk to people. If you are on the phone and having conversations, making offers every single day, and you build up those skills, you're going to recognize more potential than anybody else does out in your marketplace. You will win, and you will win for a long, long time. No doubt about it, baby. All right, next is your network. This is the people that you surround yourself with. Are they really good, strong, happy, optimistic, positive people? What does your network look like? Next is, what is your resources? How much moolah do you have, right? How much are you able to go out there and spend so that you can get the most opportunities? And then obviously reputation. And remember this, the real estate market in your area, or if you're even doing this nationwide, it is a small pool. So make sure that you treat everybody with the utmost respect, right? Remember, Emotions are our biggest expense in this business. Don't blow your top. Don't go crazy. Don't let somebody get under your skin, right? You got to keep a reputation of being a real professional. You got to keep a reputation for over communicating and being effective at your communication skills. So just a little teaser to warm us up, get the juices flowing. Love it. Howard, great to see you. What's going on, chat? Awesome. Let's get that chat going. That's fantastic. All right. Alejandra, Luke's gone. You're here for the trivia to warm this up. Let's see what everybody thinks. What are we starting with today?
We are starting with question 1.
Okay, question number 1. What agency backs FHA loans? Oh, very good. What agency backs FHA loans? Is it A, HUD? Is it B, the IRS? Is it C, Fannie Mae? Or is it D, VA? Put your answer in the chat, guys. Is it A, B, C, D? Is it HUD, IRS, Fannie Mae, or VA? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I know what it is, because I know what happens when people foreclose on an FHA loan. D and N say C. That's very interesting. I believe it is A. What do we got? Put the answer. HUD, that is right. Housing and Urban Development. Housing and Urban Development. You guys got it right. Elizabeth, you got it right. Good to see you, Elizabeth. That's incredible. That's great. Good to see you there. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Question number 2, warming it up. What caused the 2008 housing crisis? Was it A, interest rate spikes, B, lack of available homes, C, subprime mortgage lending, or D, overregulation? Awesome. What is it? Is it A, interest rate spikes, B, lack of available homes, C, subprime mortgage lending, or D, overregulation? How old were you in 2008? 10, right? So that's why you probably don't know. See, I was in the midst of this, Handra. I lived this. I was one of the people that added to this, unfortunately, because I was sold on what was called a no income, a stated loan. Imagine this, stated loan. You could state, you didn't have to prove how much income you made, okay, right? And you could state how much money you had in the bank, right?
So you could like lie.
Well, a lot of people did. Yeah, absolutely. Now, on the mortgage applications that I filled out, I filled them out right, but I got into these subprime mortgages because they were saying, hey, listen, you can start with a low interest rate, and then all of a sudden, like 1 or 2%, and then all of a sudden, a year or 2 years later, it went to 8-9%.
That's insane.
It was insane.
That's insane.
And so everybody's got it right here.
Yay.
D&N LLC's got it right. Elizabeth's got it right. Shauna's got it right. D&N was only 7 when this happened. So it is. And by the way, guys, it is really important that you have somebody in your personal board of directors that was around during this time. Right? You need somebody that's been seasoned and been in the market for a long time. Jerry Norton and I talk about this all the time because I think he started in 03, I started in 04. And really going through that has really led to a lot of interesting decisions in my career. And I think interesting perspectives that I see kind of popping up with some of some of what's going on, the current trends in the market right now.
So for anyone young that's starting off,
right,
who should they look for?
Just somebody that's been around. I mean, you'll always, somebody in your market, somebody that maybe is going to help coach you or mentor you. I just think that you need at least one person that's been around at least 20-ish years in the business that can kind of give you a different perspective. I love being optimistic. I love go shoot for the moon, but I also understand that there's some big decisions that everything times 0 is 0, and you could lose it all. And so you need somebody on that has your back in that regard. Got my real estate license in 2007. Good thing I had secondary. Yeah.
Gen X.
Sean G, that's awesome. Gen X or Elizabeth, I love it. Yeah, that's right. And of course, the answer was C, the subprime mortgage. And subprime, luckily, they haven't gone back to it. And I don't think that they ever will. People really worry about the crash of 08, but the issue was after that, they set up a lot of guardrails so that if people are in foreclosure, they'll do loan modifications. Look up, maybe we could chat GPT it later, how many people in pre-foreclosure get loan modifications. That'd be really interesting. All right, and the last question, what's a tenant estoppel certificate? Holy cow, estoppel is such a hilarious word in the real estate word. Tenant confirms lease terms for a new buyer. Does it mean tenant gets free parking? Is it a document to stop eviction? Or is it a certificate of appreciation? Ooh, this is a tough one, guys. What do you got? What is a tenant estoppel certificate? Estoppel, baby. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like an English word, but it sure is. Tenant confirms lease terms for a new buyer. Tenant gets free parking, document to stop eviction, and certificate of appreciation. What do you got, guys? A, B, C, or D? Nobody's brave enough on this one.
Kyle.
This one's throwing it off. Okay, Kyle's got A. Elizabeth's got A. I actually think estoppel means to stop. I'm going to get the stop part of estoppel, and I'm going to go with C. What is it?
Answer is A.
A, it is A. Tenant confirms lease terms for a new buyer. Awesome, guys. You guys are so smart. Come on in, Rafael Cortez, joining the show. Awesome. Great to see you, bud.
Brent, what was that question you wanted ChatGPT to do?
What is the percentage of people in pre-foreclosure that get a loan modification? Okay, awesome job, guys. Awesome job warming up the show. We've got the incredible Rafael Cortez. You can remove this, Alejandra. We're good here, but give us that stats when you can pull that up. All right, guys, there was a great question. When going on a seller appointment, you want to uncover the goals. What are some really good questions to get the seller to open up to you about their goals? All right, this is very, very good. Well, the first question, obviously, is getting to the point where you just ask, not even getting to the point where you just ask them, what is your goal with this property? What is your goal with this sale, right? And you could just ask them that. Who is that? I can't see the chat anymore. Anyway, yeah, ask them literally, what is your goal with the property? What's your goal here, right? What you're listening for is, Sean, what you're listening for is, are they looking for speed and convenience, right? And what I like doing here is to get to the point of understanding their situation is, well, tell me a little bit about the property, right? You can open it up there. Well, tell me a little bit about the property. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with the property. Catch me up to speed. That's always a great little line. Catch me up to speed on what's going on with the property. Okay? And then what's going to happen is the more that they feel comfortable communicating with you about the condition of the property, whether it's occupied or vacant, whether they occupy it or if it's somebody else, they're going to give you the story of what's happening here. And then you want to make sure that it's not just that you're not just question after question after. It's not a deposition. You know what I mean? It's not like you're sitting down with an attorney and they're kind of getting to the bottom of the root cause of something. What you want to do is you want to be participating in the conversation. Oh, I completely understand. We just helped out somebody. Let me tell you about Marcy that we just helped out. She actually lives in Tolleson as well. And she had this property that was empty and people kept breaking into the back door and they kept kind of beating up the property and doing nefarious things in the back. And they were just really, really, really concerned about their safety, about going into their own property. Is that something that you're feeling or is that not happening with you, right? Oh, that is happening and this and that and everything else. So don't just let it be a one-sided conversation. Make sure that you're throwing in your experiences as well. And if you haven't had a lot of experience, then just kind of, throw out either something that you hear other investors have. A buddy of mine just went through that. Right? Or, I just listened to this podcast and that same thing happened, or I just watched this YouTube video and this and that happened, right? We don't have to worry about when we're starting out that we have all the experience. We just have to be willing to be really good at communicating with the property owners and listening to what they really want to accomplish. And I think that that's really important.
You had me at nefarious.
Right.
Nefarious stuff in the backyard.
Yeah.
That's where you sold me. But yeah, absolutely. It becomes a discovery call. Think about open-ended questions, right? If you ask yes or no questions, that's exactly what you're going to get. Does the property need a lot of repairs? Yes, right? But if you ask, what kind of repairs does the property need? I mean, that's an open-ended question and just leads you into this pathway where you can just kind of, pick apart the conversation, read between the lines.
Yep.
So.
And then I love when you are speaking with a property owner, you gotta get if then. I remember Brian North, who spoke at our action workshop a couple weeks ago. Incredible real estate agent. He started out wholesaling and then he got into luxury real estate and has just blown up, started a brokerage, sold his brokerage, wildly successful, unbelievable guy. But he told me to write down on a 3x5 card, if then, and just put it in front of my computer, put it in anywhere that I was like doing work in my office, right? Put it everywhere, if then, right? Because that really opens up. Okay, so if you could sell this property fast, then that would accomplish your goal. If I could help you move all of that stuff out, then if you can stay in the property for, let's say, 2 weeks after you get your cash, then would that be helpful for you?
Yeah.
Right? If then, right? That's what it is. Yeah.
I like that.
And what is your goal with the property? That's such a powerful question to pull that information out. And don't just sit there and go, oh, okay, well, they told me exactly what it is. Dig deeper. There's a great exercise, and it was something that my dad always did. And you can do it in your own goals if you can download it. It's called the 7 levels of why, right? And it really gets down to the point, right?
Yeah.
If you go, I want to make $1 million, and then you go, okay, why do you want to make $1 million? And then keep asking why to those questions, 7 layers deep. It's insane. If you do that My dad was taught this in something called Six Sigma, and it's a big corporate thing. And they would go 5 levels. So whenever I was growing up, he'd hit me with like 5 levels of whatever I wanted to accomplish, and I was like, holy cow, Dad. Just like, you would get so frustrated because you're like, oh, I don't know, like, I just want it. Like, can that just be the answer? You know what I mean? Yeah, but why do you want it? And getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you get to the root cause. Like, what is the psychological part of it? What's going on with this property owner that they truly want to sell this house? Like, why? Why? And then just play around with that, Sean. Play around with getting deeper and like really pulling back the, yeah, that's it right here. So guys, we have this at TTP Insider if you want to download it. TTP Insider. We've got the 7 levels exercise here for being a successful wholesaler or real estate investor. But what is important to you about becoming successful? Why is it important to you? Why is it important to you? Why is it important? It's incredible. It's a great exercise. It will take you to places you've never been. It really will. Well, because I want to do it for my friends and family. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do it because you have so much potential, because you don't want to have wasted potential, because you don't want to wake up at 82 years old and go, I should have done all of that with this beautiful gift of life that I have. I have so much. You don't want to do that. You want to squeeze out everything in life. Squeeze out the best of this thing, right? Squeeze out the time that we have to go out there to be productive members of society, making and creating businesses and jobs and opportunities. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. All right. What is the, okay, here we go. I couldn't find a recent, okay, so they didn't have it?
No.
The last I saw it was 90%. I saw somewhere it was 90% get loan modifications, but this isn't really showing. Among foreclosure prevention actions, 39 to 43% are permanent loan modifications. Yeah, there you go. So half of them. It's interesting because I've seen that it's 90%, but then a good amount of the 90% that do a loan modification actually go back into pre-foreclosure the second or third time.
Oh yeah. I mean, we see that often. It's crazy when you start following up with somebody in pre-foreclosure, and then they get it all settled. You assume the lead is gone, and then you get called months down the road because they're back in the same spot.
Yep.
We've had that happen.
Crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Awesome. Dimitri in the house. Edwin Nunez, thank you for being here. Kevin Griffin, absolutely incredible. Thanks for participating. Scott Allen, this is great. We're going to get to all of your questions. The Big AC asks, how can getting a real estate license while wholesaling be profitable? Please discuss the options to make more profits. Number one, big EAC, referrals. So you can refer any of those deals, and you're going to come across really nice properties. What we do is we set up a 50-50 referral. So 50% we send it over to our realtors, Stacy and her team. Anything that is retail, right? Anything that people reach out and they're like, no, my house is beautiful. This is incredible. We send it out there. We get 50% back. We average anywhere from $80,000 to about $100,000 a year just off of those referrals. So if you're saying like, hey, give me the financials of that, that's it. We could probably do more. If I really, really wanted to get gangster, if I really wanted to step it up with it, if I felt like it was the right market, I would have somebody like that I trained that was on my team that would be a realtor that goes out with a really, 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 really powerful listing presentation that was more branded with our company. But we just send out Stacy at this point, and she's incredible. Don't let me don't get me wrong there. She's absolutely top notch. She's been doing it forever. But 50% referral fee, access to the MLS, having conversations with realtors gives you way more credibility because you have to you have to follow the code of ethics as a realtor. I mean, you own a brokerage.
Yeah, I've never had any issues. I mean, I think we talk about this quite a bit, but we don't. As far as pushback, it edifies you as a professional in the industry. It's really what it does. I've always had, I don't know, been a little skeptic about, when people say I don't want to get a license because of what. If you're in it and you're serious about doing it, you're already practicing real estate. in one way or another. Wholesaling is the marketing portion of that. I mean, when you become a licensed agent, it only edifies you. So people, they'll ask you, right? Like, are you going to charge me a commission? No, it's like we're not acting with fiduciary in this deal. We're not acting as a real estate agent in this deal, but we are professional. We're professionals and we're licensed. So it really creates that validation, edification, more importantly on the back end with the sellers. It's a good thing, guys.
I'll show you another reason why. And by the way, I think most states are going to adopt it.
Yeah.
For getting a license. I mean, a lot of them already do. I think there's 11 states that require a license. But here's an interesting part, another way that you can make more income, because that's really the direction I want to take this. It's not like, oh, get your real estate license so you feel warm and cozy. No, to increase profits, baby. So when you are doing dispo, you have two choices, right? You can go, hey, so you've got a wholesaler here, and they've got the purchase agreement. You've got you've got one choice at this point if you don't have a license. You have to get that deal assignment agreement to you before you can blast it out to everybody. But guess what? Nobody's doing that. Well, some people are doing that. But for the most part, they go, hey, listen, hey, can you blast out this deal for me and just see if you can get it sold? But I'm also going to sell it, right? Because they don't want to really commit to just you. They don't want to give you just the assignment agreement without you putting in the earnest money. So you go, hey, listen, I've got an unbelievable cash buyer database. If you need some help out there, other wholesalers selling your deals, I'd love to help you out with it. If you don't have a license, you have to get it assigned to you before you can blast it out. Let me explain this to you. You don't have equitable interest in somebody else's deal. So if you don't, Keegley, all of their guys are licensed. All of them. The guys that Austin Zabak's crew, one roof, they've got everybody licensed over there because they have to be to blast it out to their database because they don't have equitable interest that is brokering activities.
You want to make it scary? It's a class 6 felony to push out something if you're not
right.
If you don't have equitable interest on it.
In Arizona.
In Arizona, yeah.
Right. So that's really important. That's another way. But now you've opened it up. You get a license. Now you open it up. You go, hey, listen, I can send this out to everybody. It's like Spencer Caldwell. Yeah. Spencer Caldwell has his own brokerage because of this. So guys, don't be short-sighted with getting a license. You can get it done within 45 days. No problem. I'm telling you, you can get it done and then you have it and then you can do so many other things in this business. And as it changes, you're already ahead of the curve, right? As you see, we saw it in 19, then we saw it in 20, and then we saw it in 21, 22, 23, 24 even went more bananas with requiring a real estate license. Well, guys, when I first found out that Illinois was going to require a real estate license in 2019, I was like, this is BS. This is ridiculous. Why would they do that? It makes no sense. People should have the right to go and make offers and then market those offers and everything like that. But there's so much nuance to wholesaling deals that they just want to go, hey, listen, we don't want to police all of this thing. We're going to just make everybody have a license. And then if there's some complaints, we can work on it from that perspective, the Department of Real Estate. But by the way, the Department of Real Estate will investigate any of the complaints, even if you have a license or don't have a license. So anyway, I want to get off of that. I want to get into making money with a license. I'm telling you, referrals, the ability to dispo other people's deals, access to the MLS, especially if you're in non-disclosure states, that they don't tell you what properties sell for unless it was on the MLS. I mean, if you're in a non-disclosure state and you don't have a license,
you need
a license.
You absolutely need a license.
What do you say to people that are virtually wholesaling, like abroad?
From abroad, you mean? Or?
You can, well, a lot of the tests you have to take in person, so I would fly in, or work the areas that you don't need a license. Yeah. You can definitely do that virtually, right? Because you talk to a lot of our students that are virtual, and they're kind of spread out all over the place. You got to go in non-disclosure states and that don't require a license. I mean, there's a couple filters for that, for sure.
We have a list of all of the states and non-disclosure list in the TTP Insider, just so everyone knows.
And you can Google it. But yes, go to TTP Insider.
Yes.
Yes.
Jeez,
Guys,
Brent.
if you are not subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe. If you could give us a thumbs up if you're getting value, that gives us just validation. And we love that. And that's why we do this, to help out the community and give everybody the tools that they need to go out and confidently make offers, confidently have conversations, and confidently build an actual business, which is something I've been really thinking about, Raph. I've been really thinking about the percentage of people, because we do a lot of lead generation, millions of dollars of lead generation every single month for the top companies in the country, yours included. And there's a common theme between everybody that really lasts in our marketing with the leads that we're given, and it's their processes, it's their operations, and it's this. It's what I started out the show with, just opening it up. I really like this. Personalized sales automate operations.
100%.
Right?
I couldn't agree more with that.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
this is where it's at. This whole thing, this is how we really crush it in this business.
Yep.
It's not AI. It's not getting people that have no sales skills or just warm bodies to do what we need them to do. Personalize the sales. And if you're not unbelievable at sales, as the owner, do fix and flip.
Yeah.
Buy from wholesalers. I'm serious. Buy wholesalers, or have somebody that's really good at sales. Yeah. But if you just are like, I'm never going to talk, I'm really bad and all these things, first of all, I think that that's a limiting belief. I think that that's a label that somebody probably put on you early, so I would investigate and dig into that a little bit, right? I wouldn't like just be like, oh, I guess I'm just an introvert. I guess I'm not really good at communicating. I guess I'm going to fumble and stumble all the time, so I'm going to go do this. I would try to peel that back, force myself to talk to 1,000 property owners. After talking to 1,000 property owners yourself, if you still feel in your gut that you're terrible at this, become a flipper. Become a flipper. That's what happens. That's what most people do. Most people are just like, give me an ugly house, let me fix it up. I don't want to talk to anybody. And I just like, raising funds here and there, using my own funds here and here, and flipping properties. Great. Go do that. That's where you should be. But if you're like, I have no money, but I have a passion, and I have that hustle, and I am hungry, and I'm going to go out and do whatever it takes type of personality, welcome. You're going to make the most out of everybody. You will. I'm just telling, well, maybe not some developers. Those guys are really smart, but you guys get it. Okay. Dimitri will post and explain some of these deals in the Rhino group to help other members in the community. What do you say? Just got an offer accepted 10 minutes ago, 2 closings this week, $34,000 and $13,000 assignment for Dimitri Van Camp. Come on.
Bam.
I know, he's just crushing it.
Absolutely incredible, guys. If you're not following Dimitri, if you're not friends with Dimitri, what are you doing? He's right here. He's in. Dimitri, by the way, where have you been? Where's he
Squad
been?
up.
I feel like he's
we
been
missed him
gone
a couple times.
weeks, huh?
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
on vacation.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
job,
Elizabeth's
Dimitri.
working on getting her real estate license since I live in Texas. Absolutely incredible, for sure.
Yeah.
That's really smart. Sierra says, I live in Arizona and it will be my market. Do you recommend going on in-person appointments or do everything virtually? I will tell you this, Sierra, if you are in Phoenix, if you're in a major market, Phoenix, Tucson, Prescott, Flagstaff is kind of like a sleepier, more sleepy vibe that you need to, all of those in person, for sure in person.
Yeah.
On the outskirts, we do a lot of things virtually. We do a lot of things virtually over the phone if they're in Arizona City, if they're in Ash Fork, if they're in Williams, if they're in these like smaller towns that are a few hours away. We'll do a lot of the heavy lifting on the phone. If we need to meet them, we'll go and meet them. You know, some people are just old school. They're like, I want to shake your hand. I want to look you in the eyes when we're doing this deal. So if that's the case, then yeah, then you got to go on those appointments, even if it's a few hours away. But yeah, if you're in Arizona, if you're living here in Maricopa County, Pinal County, Coconino County, I highly suggest you're going to have to go on an appointment.
Yeah.
There's nobody that virtually wholesales in Phoenix. Do you know anybody that has $1 million business for virtually wholesaling in Phoenix?
No, not if they're local. I mean,
Right.
yeah, and then you're
No,
close.
they're not local. They're just like, oh, I'm going to pick Phoenix for my market, but I live in Columbia,
Oh, yeah, no.
right?
No.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of people making offers over here. It's just one of the most active markets, I think. So it becomes a little challenging to really, get broad on a place like it. But there's blue oceans out there. You can always pan out and do blue oceans. However, one thing going to her question is like your close ratio is going to increase dramatically when you're in person. Even if your closing skills, you feel like your closing skills are not necessarily dialed in or there yet, your closing ratio when you're in person, I mean, at least doubles.
Yep.
At the very least.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we got some questions. JC, about a month and a half into working with TTP for PPC, going well, 1 contracted and signed, 3 potential to come. However, coming up, I'm leaving for Iceland with my wife, 10-year anniversary for a week.
Nice.
Me too. I will not be here next week, guys, or the following. I'm going to Italy for my 10-year wedding anniversary. Congratulations, JC. Congratulations on getting that deal closed with PPC. I know I can't turn PPC off, but I also know I won't be able to respond at least with any speed. I'm soloing this right now, but I know another guy running TTP, PPC in my area. I'm thinking about having the leads go to him, and we come up with some sort of agreement of anything for he takes down. Any advice? Yes. Don't stop PPC. It's like a train.
Yeah.
Once it builds momentum, you are off and running. So JC, make sure that I would partner with somebody in there for sure. I would partner with somebody that can really help you out with those leads, especially if you need somebody that's in person. I don't know what market you're in, JC, so let me know. I would. But make sure, guys, and this is for everybody out here, not just JC. Make sure you have it in writing.
Yeah.
Make sure you set the. How many times?
I've gotten
Handra,
so many calls about people doing JV deals and nothing's in writing. I'm like,
and then what
can't
happens?
Help it.
Inevitably, what
You
happens?
Can't do anything.
What happens is
They
somebody
lose money.
goes,
They lose money.
I thought I was making this amount. I thought I was making this amount. Hey, he
Yes.
said he was going to give me this amount, and then he said this, and then this situation happened, and it turns into a nightmare. So make sure you put it in writing.
Yeah.
Put it in writing.
Definitely.
Okay? Absolutely. Make sure that you put it.
We just did that with Jesus. He went to Italy a couple of weeks ago, left the campaign running, send the leads over to us. They got rerouted. We locked up 2 deals in Cali from that. We have them on the pipeline from PPC. But yeah, it's a good idea. Again, you just got to know who you're partnering with. So.
Yep. Shiv asked some great questions here. My English isn't good, or I'm afraid people believe in me, won't believe in me, or not do a deal with me.
It's because he lives. Before that, he said, "Can I do this from India?"
Yeah, yeah. We have people do this business from all over the country. What I would say, Shiv, is if it's really, really, really difficult, I think you could turn it into a superpower. I think if you call it out initially and you say, hey, listen, I understand that English is my second language. If for some reason you don't understand what I'm saying, I'll explain it, but I really am interested in buying your house and making an offer on your property, right? You could turn it that way. If not, partner with somebody here. Yeah. You could be the person that does the due diligence. You could do the person that organizes everything, helps operate everything, and find somebody that is really good at communicating with property owners here in the United States. But yeah, I absolutely believe that you can. Demetrius said, you cannot get licensed in Florida without a social security number. It is specific state by state. In California, you can. My solution, you can get a real estate license in California without a social security number.
Interesting. Which I'm not surprised.
Okay. Well, California's loose, I guess. Abroad is to, my solution working from abroad is to close on more and more deals, eventually no more assignments. I agree with you, 100%. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, just buy it and sell it. But I wonder if you run into FIRPTA there, Foreign Investment Property Real Estate Act? Yeah. Resale Act. FIRPTA, can you pull that up? No, don't worry about it. You guys get it. You guys can Google
Dimitri's
it.
So funny.
Just watch that. Okay. Yeah, Dimitri says, Shiv, don't be worried. I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger when starting out. Own it. You are a rich foreigner buying real estate. LOL. Yeah, there you go. All you need is an ITIN in Cali. Okay, cool. What 2 to 3 books had the biggest impact on your mindset or business skills? I love this question. I'll give a couple and then you give a couple. All right? Go Giver. Go Giver was the only book that I read every single week for a year and just completely blew up my business. I mean, my business 3x'd. And has continued to 7x, 10x because of the Go Giver. The Go Giver was the first one that I felt gave me permission to be a really caring business person. I thought growing up you had to be cutthroat. I thought growing up it was all about hard work. I thought it was all about being a go-getter instead of go-giver. And once you switch the aim, switch what you're aiming for, it really changes everything. If you go out every day and you're like, how can I make everybody's life better? How can I bring enthusiasm? How can I bring conviction? How can I say thank you to people that aren't used to getting thank yous? How do I show appreciation to the escrow officers or the title reps or the hard money lenders that are unsung heroes in this whole thing? Who are the people that do so much work but they never get a lot of credit? They don't get a lot of shine, and they're just such sweet, unbelievable people. That book really changed everything for me. Really changed everything for me. The other one is, and I keep going back in my mind, is one that Tom really likes, is the E-Myth. The E-Myth is really good. It's all about how to actually build a system, how to actually build a business and not just a job for yourself. And that was really difficult because I love control. I love being in control and going, you know what? Rain or shine, if I just do the work, I know that I can make the income, and if I make the income, I can achieve my goals, and if I achieve my goals, I'm going to be fulfilled, and if I'm fulfilled, I'm going to live a great life, right? And I just switched that out to, okay, if I build a system that's a business that runs without me, and it actually serves more people, because there's only so much capacity that we have individually to go out and be of service. But if you build a machine behind you that you engineered, all of a sudden the impact that you have is explosive. Really awesome. Raph?
Absolutely. I love those books, by the way. I would say one of the most impactful books that kind of caught me by surprise was The Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer. It's a really good book.
Great book.
And again, it's one of those mind shifts, right? So The Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer. It's on how you approach things and what the energy behind it is, which guides, right? Like your fuel behind it. That's one. The second one would be outside of the traditional ones, which are Think and Grow Rich and all that stuff. Would be
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah. It's a cornerstone book.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
I mean, it's we discovered it's a.
We have the legendary ones, right? That are like right there.
We've discovered Rich Dad Poor Dad is more of a parable than it is real life, which is fine. And the accounting. I mean, you sat down with Sharon forever and did a podcast with her.
Yeah,
we should get her on the show.
Incredible.
We've talked to her about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sharon Lecter is incredible.
She's
George Bush wanted her to help people with financial literacy.
Yeah.
And a lot of that. So did Obama.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And she's read Outwitting the Devil?
Well, that's gonna be my next one.
Got it.
Outwitting the Devil she co-authored that one. So Napoleon Hill wrote it back in the 30s.
That's right.
They kept it underground forever, and then she published it in 2011. Then co-authored it, and I mean, it's an incredible book. But again, it's a very interesting conversation of the self. But that book is it'll get you thinking differently. It'll get you thinking bigger, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. And then when it comes to systems and processes, the E-Myth was great. for me, the book that kind of shifted the thought process into systems and processes, which is like kind of my language now. It's Traction.
Yep.
Going back to
Oh,
Traction.
yeah,
Gino
Traction.
Wickman.
Yeah, I got it right over there.
I had him on the podcast too. That was wild.
Gino Wigman?
Yeah.
We got to get these people on this show.
Yeah.
What are we
let's
doing?
do it.
You're messing around you're gatekeeping, bro.
Never.
Tell them to stop gatekeeping.
Never.
They said Jason Pritchard, as Scott Allen said, would be cool to have Jason Pritchard on. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Super down-to-earth guy killing the game. Can you
He's in Cali.
send a DM to him?
Jason who?
Jason Pritchard.
Pritchard?
Pritchard. It's in the chat there. Just send him a DM and see if we can get him on the podcast and on the show. We'll do it right now. Massive imperfect action. There we go. Sean had a question. Matt, can you go up and find Sean's question? He said, can anybody answer my question? I don't see. Is it up higher there, Matt?
Oh, yeah, it's way high.
Okay, hold on, there it is.
Can I get an A2P?
Can I get an A2P approved as a sole prop? I see it takes 30, 45 days to get approved for an LLC. Wanted to do that while waiting, as I intend to text blast my Driving for Dollars leads. Sean, be real careful with texting. Be real careful with texting. It's a receipt, and it might not affect you now, but they can claw back 4 years. So if you imagine 4 years from now where your business is going to be, and somebody has a text message that you sent this year, and now you're balling out and you're making $1 million doing whatever down the road, just be careful. I'm just saying that because these are popping up. 114% increase from last year in these TCPA lawsuits, and last year was the highest, and that was increased by like 400% of the previous year. So it's up. It's something that they're looking for, and it's not us. This is the interesting thing that I talk to TCPA attorneys about. It's not us. It's all the NAR. It's all the realtor stuff. All the realtor stuff made the attorneys hungry for the real estate business, made them hungry. So that big NAR lawsuit, the big Keller Williams, the big Coldwell Banker, all those big lawsuits, and there's more, and they keep coming out against real estate agents. It's insane. And because of that, the attorneys sound, oh, wait, what's this wholesaling thing? What's this thing over here? And so we work with, at talktopeople.com, we provide leads, inbound leads, at a budget, I would say, $5,000. When you're at $5,000 a month, we got you covered. And that's not just PPC, we've got other resources for you now. I would highly suggest, once you get these big baller deals rolling, put some aside, and if you've got $5,000 a month, we can take care of you. Go to Talk to People, talk to my team. They'll put together a whole master plan for you. They're absolutely incredible. But if you're doing an A2P, I think you have to have a website. You have to have a website set up, and I think you have to have some sort of corporation. If you're sole proprietor, I would just set up an LLC. It'll cost you $100 on LegalZoom, right?
And it's a lot faster. I mean, you can expedite the LLC formation in most states.
Yeah.
You can get it in a week or two. Another thing that they do require is going to be specific disclosures on your forms and your website. So like that type of stuff. So there's a few little things to go through. But to your point, I mean, yeah, be very careful about texting. On the seller side, I mean, unless they opted in or did something like that, and then you're covered. But yeah, it gets. We'll use it for follow up. Don't get me wrong, but not for originating the lead.
Correct.
Yeah.
We did it for follow up on a gal, and she still took us to small claims court.
Yeah, they'll come back.
The one gal.
Oh, yeah, I know. You paid her. I didn't pay her.
I know, you're smart. You were like, I'm not doing anything. I was like, get out of here. But yeah, she had come into our funnel from a mailer, and then we started texting her, and she thought that the texting was cold.
Yeah.
We're like, no. Here's all the stuff, and she's like, she was an agent. She was suing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Anyway. No litigators.
Well, there's groups.
Yeah.
There's groups. So anyway, there was a great question. Oh, hey, Brent, I recently contacted Motivated Sellers. Call Motivated Sellers, the American cold calling company. They now charge $30 per caller. What would you do to find an American caller for a lower hourly price? You can find them on Upwork. I mean, listen, they manage them, they recruit them, they train them, they do everything. So I think from your ROI standpoint, it's huge. We always did really, really well. I wanted to do more inbound because the acquisition managers on my team were just bombarded. It was like one deal per 70 leads of cold calling, even with somebody great. when it was like a call center type thing years ago, it was like 1 out of 200 leads. It was bananas. It was absolutely bananas. The leads to deal ratio is critical. And whenever you hear things like, oh yeah, I get a deal every 10 leads. I get a deal every 50 leads. Let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you a little secret that nobody talks about. 90% of those deals don't close. 9 out of 10. So when people say I get a deal for every 15 leads,
the close
times it by 10. For real, okay? I'm just telling you, I've seen the books. I've coached over 3,500 people. I understand one-on-one. 3,500 people have my cell phone. 3,500 people I have in my cell phone, okay? And I've gone through this. I've audited so many. I've looked at the KPIs. I've looked at the stats. I'm just telling you, when people are telling you they're doing X and X here, if it's not an inbound lead, I'd be very cautious. I'd be very cautious. If it's not a PPC lead, an SEO lead, if it's not something that's intent-based, it's going to be off. It's going to be off for sure. I'm just telling you. Take that for what you want. Yeah, Dimitri says you can avoid it, the A2P, avoid it using US LLC as a partnership. Awesome. Shiv says, I pulled out some government lists to fund some great deals. I give this list to Manus AI and tell them give best leads, and I think these leads is going to work. Well, good. Can you connect me with some buyers or maybe some JV deals with you if I'm able to get some deals? Yeah, I would probably reach out to a Keegley franchise. And it depends on where you're getting those leads, but I would highly suggest before you send those leads over, you really look at what their expectation is on price. And if they're not 50, 35, or 10, you're wasting your time and you're going to burn a lot of bridges, Shiv, because you're going to send a bunch of people a bunch of junk leads, especially if it's coming from AI.
You can't lock them up high.
Yeah.
If it is, if you look at Zillow or Redfin, and it's $250,000 or higher, you want to be at 50% for your offers. If it's 250 to 100,000, you want to be at 35%. And if it is 100,000, the Zillow estimate, right? The Zestimate they call it. Very cute branding. 10%. Okay? If it's not this, Shiv, if you're not pulling out prices, if they're just like, yeah, give me an offer, and you're sending it to somebody here, they will ignore you. They will ignore you, they will go nowhere, and you will be frustrated. You'll be absolutely frustrated. So be careful with AI, guys. Be careful with lead generation from AI.
Yeah.
Because it can, one, I think the quality is just horrible, and two, it's just a way for people to sell you easy. Hey, you don't have to do anything. It's the easy button. Just push this thing. AI sends out a bunch of things, and you make a bunch. You make a bunch of money.
I've never in my career ever seen that work.
Yeah. No.
Never ever.
Well, I get it. AI is coming out, and AI is exciting, and AI is doing their things, and that's very interesting. But again, personalize the sales, automate your operations, if it was that good at getting juicy, motivated seller leads, one person would just go bananas and own the whole country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's just not happening. People that are selling those things are going to be shut down, first of all, if they're reaching out cold, if it's calling or texting. And there's a reason that realtors are fighting so hard to make everybody licensed and to shut down the traditional wholesale from people that are unlicensed, is because Knuckleheads are sending them a bazillion messages every single day and not responding and not communicating and doing it wrong, and it turns into a mess. I will tell you though, Hugh Boy, who's on here, who does do a lot. I don't know if I don't think it's AI. I think he's got actual people doing it. I'll have to ask him. I saw him yesterday on our support call. He's sending out a lot of messages to agents to get those referrals coming in. And Keegley, I mean, absolutely incredible. Jamil and Hunter and Josiah's company, they, I'll tell you what, they do half their deals. I think they've done thousands of deals over the last few years. Half their deals comes directly from agents.
Yeah.
Half. So they're only dispoing half. Half of them come directly from agents. That's incredible. That's incredible to build a relationship that strong that you're the cash buyer for so many realtors out there that want to sell houses that are either on the market for a long time or sitting, before they even hit the market because they're just in rough shape. That's awesome. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. Scott, how much of your deal volume throughout the year comes in quarter four? That's a great question, Scott. And remember, guys, 70% of your income comes in your top 6 months. Remember that. Scott, the last couple years, now this ebb and flows year by year. It's really interesting. But the last couple years, the fourth quarter has been very, very strong for us. It's been one of our, I would say 2 out of the 3 months in quarter four fits in here, fits in this 6 month. First quarter is always fantastic for us. And then second and third, it's been a toss-up. But the fourth quarter has been fantastic. People should slow down their marketing during the time. And when
Christmas.
They do,
nobody buys on Christmas. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, we've closed a lot of deals literally like the day after, like when the title company opens up after Christmas. Because people want to get things done before the year end. Yeah. Especially for tax planning and some of those other things, they want it done that year. So really push hard in the fourth quarter for sure. Because a lot of people just get lazy. A lot of people just don't, they're just not keeping up with stuff. All right.
Realistically, if you're, the work or the revenue for the last quarter, think about it, right? The revenue for the last quarter is going to be coming in by November 20th. You're set for whatever you're going to be closing for the year. That's when your year ends, usually mid-November, right? Because whatever you lock up is going to take you.
I always say November 15th to my team.
November 15th, yeah. So that's when your production year ends, right? Your revenue year ends obviously at the end of the month, at the end of December, but your production ends in mid-November. So keep that in mind, right? Like going into it hard, and then what you're doing in the fourth quarter at the end of it in December, like it's setting you up for that first quarter that's gonna be, kicking off the year, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Somebody asked, what percentage of deals that you are wholesaling would you say involve some sort of creative finance, wrap, seller finance, subject to, etc.? 1%. I think we've done 4 creative finance deals in the last 5 years. Yeah. Cash offers. I mean, but we go out there as a cash buyer, right? Mm-hmm. That's the approach that we have. I think if we were to go, okay, I want to set up creative finance deals, then, and that would be the way that I wanted to either go and buy properties. I don't buy properties, by the way. I don't own a bunch of, I have 2 rental properties that I own free and clear. Like, and my best friend lives in one, and my son's mother lives in the other, right? And so I just don't, I'm not the guy for that. I'm the guy for how to get really great wholesale deals, right? How to get really great income, active income to then put into other assets. Other assets that I put money into are my own businesses. I like putting it, I own this building too, this commercial building that we're in, right? And I have a cabin and I have my house and that's it, right? Those are the properties that I have. And asset-wise, I love investing in my own business. I love testing out marketing. I love building up the skills. Something that I learned. This is something. You want to hear how I lost 300 grand?
Yeah, sounds interesting.
The 300 grand, basically lost it. TV ads.
Yeah.
TV ads. So here locally, we have two guys that run a lot of TV ads, and they spend, $300,000-$400,000 a month on these TV ads. So I thought, well, I'll start with 50, and I'll start increasing to catch up to them.
Yeah.
Well, they kept pouring more into their marketing to the point where their ads were seen 10 times to my one.
Yeah.
And so to really get into, and this is $300,000 like cash, guys. This is like real money that we threw at this thing. And we kind of broke even if you look at like the return on investment, but then you lose money because of commissions.
Yeah.
You lose money because of, operations costs and all that. And so it really, really, really ate up profitability in the beginning of this year. Really ate it up. But I had to test it. I had to see. Because I see these guys doing so well, Raf, doing TV ads, but they're spending ridiculous. There is a threshold in our market of getting into TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I'm still maybe I should try it in the smaller markets.
I mean, well, yeah, exactly. The and you're talking like the ad spend for these guys. I know you were talking about. It's in the mills, so it's wild.
No, that referring to FERPTA US LLC as a partnership. Oh, okay, got it. Entity, so no FERPTA. Awesome. So you set up a company here. Awesome. Hey, Brent, how much of your deal volume through the year? Okay, we got that. So yeah, to answer your question, we don't do a lot of creative deals. We just don't target them. One, because it's not my strategy to own a lot of rentals, and two, we just don't really come across it a lot. Like just in a natural, like, hey, we buy houses type of scenario.
I think maybe 20% of our stuff is a mix between novations and creative,
Awesome.
and then the rest of it is just straight up wholesale.
Well, but you're virtual.
Yeah.
So novations are fantastic.
We lean hard into the cash offer.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, that's when we start, kind of looking at the different avenues and turn something into creative. It turns innovations. I mean, they work great.
Yeah.
But still, the bulk is the focus is always going to be wholesale.
Yeah.
Cash in, cash out, faster deals, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Have you seen has there been any regulations on novations?
No, not really. There hasn't been anything going on that I've seen, at least in the markets where I'm at. We just locked one up in Texas. It's moving quick.
Nice.
But that should be, went from no deal to should be about maybe 25, 30K spread on
We did an ovation in a Scottsdale condo.
Yeah.
With a veteran that has a VA loan. And if you didn't know this, VA loans are assumable. If you qualify, you have to get qualified.
Yeah.
So the reason that this person bought this, so we went in, the property was, it was kind of like wear and tear. So we went in, we put like $15,000, $20,000 into it for him. We paid for it, and obviously got that money back, and then split the deal, which was it was a decent deal. It was like $21,000. It wasn't, if I were to like, was it worth it? Sure. It's still $21,000, but nothing's like an assignment.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing's like an assignment. Assignment is the greatest invention in real estate, in my opinion.
I would agree.
It really is.
So much money
It really
on
is.
assignments.
And, I know that South Carolina can't do it, and I know that a lot of states are trying to, challenge equitable interest and assignments. I'm just so thankful in Arizona we can do them. And around the country, 49 states you can do them, as long as you follow the regulations in those states. But I am telling you, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You talk to any fix and flippers, they're like, man, I wish I could do what you do, but I just can't talk to people. That's why I do fix and
A
flips.
lot of stress.
I don't want
know
to
how
talk
to find
to
the sellers.
I just want to have 2 people on my team and flip 100 houses.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. You can build a real system around that. A good title company, Closed Title.com. If you could pull that up and put it in there, Alejandra. They talked to the owner there. They should be pretty much in every state soon. They're in a lot of states.
They're in 39 right now, but they're opening up states.
Yeah. Jacob's here. Much love, fellas. Thanks for always doing this and the transparency. You got it. Nobody's going to tell it to you like this.
Bam.
That's awesome. Can you please summarize title company work after submitting a deal to them? Yeah, sure. So this is kind of interesting. So when you go in and you open escrow, what they will do is they're going to send out the initial package to the seller of the property. And I forget what that's called. Commitment? Title commitment. Title commitment. And basically this is just a bunch of stuff, information that the seller fills out so that the title company knows that it's the real Rafael Cortez, not the 500 other Rafael Cortezes there are in the United States. So they
They're
just
all my
make
cousins,
sure
by the way.
they're all his cousins. They all they love it. It's just spelled different. Rafael each time. No, so they get the title commitment and then they're going to do a title search. And in this title search, they're going to let you know if there's anything going on with the clouds on title that need to be removed. So if there's anything that needs to be removed on that title report, they're going to get all the liens, I-E-E-I. I think it's E-I.
L-I-E-N.
Is it I-E?
L-I-E.
I-E-N. I always get that wrong. I before E except for before C?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Right, Matt?
Yes.
Yeah, liens. So they're going to get that all to clear all that off, okay? To clear out
Rafael's
all of
first language
those
was
liens
Spanish.
and clouds on title, or at least let you know what's going on and who needs to sign to complete the purchase of the property. So they're going to be able to do that. Then they're going to organize the buyer. And then they get a clear to close. C2C, CTC, clear to close. Clear to close.
This is the happiest stage of my pipeline right there.
It's the best. When you get a clear to close from the title company, ooh, boy, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Money.
We going to Sizzler. Old school, that's from White Man Can't Jump. We going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler. And that's how I feel. That's the song that I sing every time I get a clear to close, Handra.
My
Sizzler.
What's Sizzler?
Yeah.
oh
It's
my
an
god.
old school buffet.
Really quick.
Sizzler was
Carlos O'Kelly's or something?
Sizzler was awesome.
Wait, no, what was it? Corral? Golden Corral?
Kinda, but way trashier.
Yeah.
Even trashier. They still have 2 left in Flagstaff, which is
Wait,
crazy.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it before.
Right when you get off there. You can be homeless and do an assignment deal and get back on your feet, 100%. Yeah. So, and then it depends. This is who pays for the title company is typically the buyer. So typically when we're making offers, we tell the property owner, hey, listen, this is a net cash offer to you. Anything that you owe, any property taxes that are due, any liens that you have, any property, any judgment, any of that stuff gets paid off, and you get the excess of that. But there's not going to be any extra fees. You're not going to have to pay the title and escrow fees and all that. So we're going to take care of that. There's not any realtor fees unless the realtor is involved, of course. But typically there's not if you're going direct to the seller. And so it's a net offer to them, which makes it easier for people to understand the math behind it, right? And so, yeah, the buyer typically pays for that closing. So if you're going to do a double close, you eat that cost, right? You eat that cost because you're going to sell it to somebody else. Or if you close it and do like a takedown method, like Jerry Norton talks about a lot, which is more and more common these days, where you just take down the property, clean it up, put it back on the MLS and sell it, which is a great strategy. Obviously, you have to have the cash and you have to have turn on utilities and get insurance and all these other things that come along with owning a property or actually closing on a property. But if you're just doing a straight assignment, the cash buyer on the end factors that in to their price of purchasing that. All right?
Golden Corral is not edible. I'm dead.
Jacob, since I haven't said it in about 2 weeks or so, I'll say it now. You're the man, Dimitri. Keep crushing it, brother. Hey, we love you here, Dimitri. We love it. I know that you took your Porsche 911 around the Alps. You're in the Swiss Alps. You're driving around in beautiful northern Italy. Look at you. Look at him living the life. Living the life. Guys, by the way, he does it all. Dimitri does this all in the dark, in the middle of the night, because he does business in Florida. He lives in Belgium. okay? So no complaints. I don't want to hear any complaints.
Yeah.
That you don't have the time, you don't have the resources, you don't have any of these things. If you see an ugly house, go make an offer. Find a way to contact that property owner and make an offer to buy it. Okay? Awesome. Golden Corral is not edible. You should try Sizzler.
You know, funny story on that. My mom called it the Swan. Like, oh, like she actually liked Sizzler. This is like years and years ago.
I loved it.
And
As a kid?
she's like, yeah,
They had all this
let's
soft serve ice cream with
let's
like
go to
all.
the Swan, because in Spanish, the Swan is called the Cisne.
Yeah.
Right, so she saw Sizzler. It was like Sizzler, and she related that to the Cisne, and then she called it the Swan. Yeah, so she liked going to the Swan.
That's awesome. A little trivia there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, yeah, that's guys. Going back to this, make sure that you really put this in your minds and keep this in your hearts to personalize sales, automate operations. This is going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time. And if you try to overthink this business, if you try to outsmart this business, it's going to catch you. It's going to catch you every time. The sales, people are going to do business with people they know, like, and trust, right?
Facts.
They are, unless you're going to give them a really high offer. Unless you're going to do a different strategy like an open door or an offer pad, or that's more of a corporate strategy, and there's not really like a ton of personality behind it. There's some, but there's not a lot, right? They're going to send you an offer. They're going to get you on the phone. And by the way, Open Door got sued for $100 million as well. So just a lot of real estate lawsuits. So stay really protected out there, guys. Go get to the point where you can start getting some really great inbound leads. And I really believe the right path for this whole thing, I'm out of paper here. This is insane. Do I have any that are, do I have any more, Matt? All right, hold on. We got the if then here. So guys, again, there's like different stages to your budget here, right? If you have zero budget, hustle season. Call realtors, call owners of property, property owners, and just get into your hustle season. But you want to graduate in here, and this is about a $2,000. The first step in your marketing graduation is $2,000 a month. You want to make sure you have at least 3 months set aside. 6 months is better. So you want 6 to 12K sitting in an account that you can put towards marketing, okay? And then from there, you bump up to where you can go 5,000 a month, and then you get up to 10,000 a month plus here. And what's really interesting is in this spot here where it's 2,000, I highly suggest you start getting some inbound leads. And typically you're gonna get that from PPL. You might be able to get that from Facebook. You can get that from YouTube ads. You can do all those things, right? Once you get into here, that's when you start getting into a different realm, right? This is more, you're saving 15,000 to 30,000 in your account to start really ramping up your marketing campaigns. And this is where you can do some really good damage with PPL, with YouTube ads, with Facebook ads. You can even start building up some search engine optimization, but it's not going to pay off right away. You can do a Google My Business. There's a lot of things that you can do here. Guys, anything here to here, go to talktopeople.com. Guys, we're spending millions and millions. We have the stats, we have the information, we have everything that you need to make a very smart decision on what you spend your money on. And my thought is, this is something that I always understood, is I am good at the sales part. I was not good at the marketing part. So then I went and found people that were great at the marketing part and brought them onto the team. That's what we do. We bring these marketing guys and we put them into your team specifically, and we're closing 1 out of 12. Closing. This is not, I got a deal. A deal is not a closing. This is real closing. 1 out of 12. Absolutely incredible. We're spending $50,000 in marketing a month for inbound. And we've increased that we started at 15, then 20, and there's a way to scale this and do it right. But I'm telling you, once you get to this point, focus on the middle part of your business, and it's this here. I usually have these guys all By the way, you can get a lot of these resources at TTP Insider if you want to have access to that. You can definitely do that so that you, I just don't have my computer hooked up right now. So this is, there's 3 parts to the 3 parts to real estate biz, okay? You've got lead generation, you got conversion of those leads, and you got exit strategy. Okay? Here, there's only 3 ways to get it. You prospect. That means picking up the phone and calling people cold. You get referrals. That means you build up an incredible reputation to where people send you deals. You do this by getting 5,000 Facebook friends posting every single day to your Facebook accounts, I buy house in your stories, and then people start reaching out and you do 4 extra deals this year by just doing that every single day. It takes 7 minutes. It takes 7 minutes, nobody does it, but you know, I'll just keep yelling at the one person who does because you'll get all the deals, and then you got marketing. Okay? Conversion. You've got pre-qualifying, which is what we call the discovery process. This is really important. You have to do, this is where you master. You do lead, follow-up, hot, warm, colds, and then you do your offer presentation. Guys, this is where the skills lie. Unless you want to be a solopreneur and just do this. Unless you want to be a solopreneur. If you just want to make $400,000 a year and you don't want the responsibility of a team, you don't want to build a system, you don't want to have a lot of operations, you're a runner and gunner, you're out there, you're doing these things, you can make $400,000 a year every year if you talk to enough people, build enough referral database, and just be really good at this. You don't have to do any marketing. You don't have to do any of that. Now, if you want to hire top-tier people that are going to stay with you for a long time and replace you in this business and actually be an entrepreneur and not just self-employed, you got to do marketing. You got to do marketing. I'm just telling you, it's absolutely critical that you have inbound leads if you're going to build a real business. This is crucial. This is the blood inside the veins of your business. Without it, you don't have a business. I'm just telling you, the days of hiring a bunch of people in call centers to send you in leads is over. It's over. It's been abused. AI's abused it. Too many people getting calls abused it. Doing all that. It has abused it to the point, the days of text blasting are over and building big teams. Go ahead and go build your big company based on call centers and AI and text message. And I'll see you on a Zoom call in about a year with you crying that you just got a class action lawsuit, a big one. And they will go for all of it. And they can claw back 4 years. Just telling you, I've been through this. I've been through all of this. I understand. Now I got out of it because they got the wrong person. But this right here is where we master. This right here is the skills part of the business. This right here is the difference between having a 30, 40% profitability in your business or having 10%, which is most companies. This right here. Get this done. And then exit strategy 1, 2, 3. There's only 9 parts to your entire real estate world. There's only 9 parts. There's only 9. Isn't that exciting? Oh, now there's nuance to some of those, of course. There's different levels of experience and skills to all those, but there's only 9 parts. You can buy and hold. You can buy and flip, or you can assign / novate. Are we seeing this? 9 parts. What are you going to do for lead generation? What are you gonna, how are you going to get unbelievable at the discovery process, lead follow-up, and offer presentation? How are you going to be unbelievable at this? This is the hardest part to teach. Yeah. I've taught it a lot. You know it, Handra. Raf, you know it. This is the hardest part to teach, for sure. For sure. And then exit strategy just depends on what your vision for your life is. If you want to own a bazillion rentals, go bananas. It's smart. You are smart. You own it long enough, you're going to win. You're going to absolutely win. If you want to get into flips and you're creative, you're like Luke Rothfold, right? You do these awesome flips. Yeah. You know, you should be on a TV show. If you're like James Denard, Jimmy, baby. He's got that awesome zombie flip, $1 million zombie flips. If you guys haven't seen that show, you got to see that show. It's probably the best real fix and flip show out there that I've seen in a long time. I mean, nothing's like Joanne. Yeah. Nothing's like Chip and Joanne. Yeah. Nothing. But I feel like that's really, like, they're at a point now where it's so produced. And so they're like doing like $1 million flips and the house is worth like $175,000 in Waco, Texas. It's bananas. But guys, what questions do you have here? Figure this out. Figure this out, figure this out, figure this out. That's why we're here. That's why we're here to help you. That's why we bring on incredible guests. Every single guest that I bring on has something to do with these. Every single time. Every single time. Here we go. Okay. Brent, do you think flippers should stay in their lane and not worry about getting into wholesaling, or if they have the capital, is marketing for leads and JVing with somebody a good idea? Brad, that is a great question. I would say this. The best flippers I know want an assistant. They want a project manager. For sure. And they want to do nothing. Seriously, the best ones want to run a really lean business. At the end of the day, here in Phoenix, they're probably averaging between 15 and 20 net bottom line on these flips, 15 and 20,000 on that. But they'll do, you know, anywhere from 100 to 200 flips a year, and they get it all from wholesalers. So I think that that's fantastic. I think that if you're a wholesaler that cherry picks the flips that they want to do, that's where I see it's kind of like a gateway drug. It's kind of like a gateway to be like, oh, I can squeeze the most. I'm not going to do as many deals, but each deal I'm going to make 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 on, which I think is really cool. If you take the risk, remember, high risk, high reward. What do you risk as a wholesaler? You either risk your time and efforts. You risk your reputation if you're bad and getting with your referrals, or you risk your capital. You risk your money in marketing. People are like, oh, wholesalers, they just go and get these deals. There's no risk to them. They just assign it. They're not having to flip it. They're not having to pick out design elements. They're not having to go and invest and raise funds and have that risk and all this other hard money risk, and they don't have all the other. No, you're right. We have the risk of spending a bunch of money and getting no deals. We have the risk of spending, figuring out, like I did, a ton of risk, paying a bunch of money in TV where I was like, I'm going to keep building this brand, and realized to even crack into that in this market, I need $250,000 a month for a year to be able to really build traction. That's the risk that wholesalers run. And their time and effort and rejection and all those other things that nobody else wants to deal with. Nobody else. If the flippers did, they would be doing it. Flippers don't want to deal with the emotions of property owners. They don't.
It's a totally different beast. You can't, if you're flipping, I mean, you were talking about this earlier, right? Like you pick your lane. But if you're flipping and you like that, you know, the systematic approach, you're not necessarily on the sales side of it's a totally different thing. I think one of the best ways to explain it is like when you're running a wholesaling business, you're running a marketing agency, and a marketing agency in real estate is totally different than you know, swinging a hammer. So it's totally different models. You'd be building a different, you know, entirely different vertical for a separate business that maybe plugs into what you're already doing. You're already flipping, but it wouldn't be an easy lift. It's not like an easy bolt-on strategy that you roll into it. So either partnering up with somebody might be a good idea because you did mention it, or just understanding the pros and cons of doing so. Something like that.
Jerry Lima asked, Brent, do you have any particular lenders to recommend for the takedown method? I think Tim Heritage.
Tim Heritage.
Heritage
Yeah.
with what is it? Veritas or something?
Yeah, Veritas Lending, and then what's
Kiavi?
Yeah,
Or they just fix and flip?
No, Kiavi does. I think they do bridge funding as well.
Yep.
Also, Advantage. What's the name of it? I'm drawing a blank on the name.
I don't know.
Advantage Capital.
I think all of those are really good. I think, but if it were me, Jerry, I would find a local hard money lender. I would go. So we've got a couple guys. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this.
Rafael, can you text me now?
If it's under 75% of fixed up value,
Rafael,
right?
Can you text me that?
For the fix up and the purchase on these. If it's under 75%, we have a lender that will fund 100% deferred payments. Let me explain to you the beauty of those two words. Deferred payments means it just rolls into your loan, so you're not cutting checks every month for the hard money loan. It just rolls into the loan until you pay it off when you sell it. 100% under 75. Kiavi offers that too if you have experience. And a lot of lenders, if it's under 75%, they feel very good. Of the fixed up value, it's incredible. And if you're getting these deals at 50%, 60%, and it doesn't, it's not requiring, 20, 30% for the fix-up value, for the repair costs, you're in an unbelievable spot. Unbelievable spot. So there you go. Eric Flores asks, so I would find somebody local and build those relationships, because the local guys, they really understand the market, which means they understand the risk that they have, and they'll play with you on how much they'll lend on each property based on the deal that you get. So I would just Google hard money lender in your town and start building relationships. I would talk to the best title companies and escrow officers, say who's the best lender on this thing, right? And they'll give you some referrals.
I feel like people sleep a lot too on the good investor groups out there. I mean, there's really active investor groups in the area. I mean, that's your easiest way to network with all these people. There's people in there lending. There's people in there pushing title agencies. So I mean, a simple search like that, it's gonna yield a lot.
A great question from Eric. Eric, I really like 2 years tax delinquent list, built before 1995. So I want older properties with tax stuff, like the tax delinquent list. I like that first, and then you could open it up to 1996 to 2005, 2005 to 2015. So I like playing around with the age of the home. I like properties that are under 2,000 square feet first. So if I were looking at it, I'd be like, okay, in any of these property lists that you're pulling, whether it be vacant, whether it be tax default, whether it be code violations, whether it be absentee owner or tired landlords, whatever you want to call it, I love under 2,000 square feet. I love built before 1995, and one of those layers of motivation, right? Yeah, I love that. The video volume is really low, Brent. It's normally louder. Is it? Has it been low?
I have it on my phone. Have volume. You're screaming. I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just your phone there, cold calling baller. I'm not sure. Anybody else have that issue? I haven't had anybody else reach out and say that it's the first time I've been told I'm quiet. So.
And it's got to be a technical issue.
But usually I'm with the other mic, but I just like the standing around. I like my name's behind. I don't know. It looks cooler. I don't know. I don't know. It looks really cool. So, what do you think of Jacksonville, Florida market virtually? I'm in New Jersey, but New Jersey deals are harder and harder to come by.
I like it. We do a lot of stuff in Jacksonville. Well, we actually kind of tapered out a little bit because we started getting a lot of activity in Texas from inbound stuff. But Jacksonville, it's been a really good market for us last 2-3 years. So yeah, I think it's a healthy market. There's a lot of stuff going on. May not be the coolest place on earth, but there's a lot of opportunity going on in there. So
yeah, I got it.
Don't tell anybody about it. But yeah, I think it's a good market.
All right, I'll switch over here, Matt, to this other microphone, and maybe it's just different. Yes, it's super low. That's 4 people now, guys. Come on. It's been low for weeks on my end, Kay says. Interesting. Maybe it's a type of device or something. I don't know. But we'll play around with that. Thanks for the feedback there, guys. What do you think about Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, I like it. I think it's a good market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, healthy amount of buyers. There's a lot of industry going on. It's kind of bowling like the Panhandle area. So yeah, I think it's a good market to lean into.
Awesome. Great show, guys.
Oh yeah.
That 90 minutes went by fast. Absolutely incredible. Guys, we're going to be gone next 2 weeks. I will be in Italy celebrating my 10-year wedding anniversary. The plane tickets that we got are more than we spent on our whole wedding 10 years ago. So that should tell you something about what you can do in 10 years, right? And by the way, Jamil gave me permission in 2018 to only fly first class. And since then, it's one of the more bougie things. Alejandro knows. You set up all my flights, but it is great. I mean, it is. I always, I flew a lot as a kid, and traveled a lot, and I was always like, man, first class. They get on first. They got champagne flutes in their hands. They got these big old seats. Yeah. Like, man, someday.
You know what happens often also in first class?
Yeah.
You end up talking to a very interesting character next to you.
Yeah.
Like if you're traveling by yourself, I travel by myself a lot.
Yeah.
For masterminds and stuff, and flying first class, I end up with really, really good conversations. So it's almost. I mean, I see it almost as a networking, power networking type of tool. So,
yeah. Awesome. Devin Hill, thank you. Shout out to the best coach in the business. You're the man. Devin's on a hot streak. Yeah. I mean, Devin's going to close 200,000-300,000 here in the next 30 days or so.
Yep.
Incredible.
Nice.
Absolutely incredible. Kay Young, there we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the congratulations. Well, why don't you guys come over here, because apparently the lapel is. Maybe we need some new lapels, Matt. These are kind of older. But thank you guys for jumping in and sharing this 90 minutes with us. We love you guys on behalf of Rafael and Alejandra and Matt Hill, who is exhausted. His baby has an ear infection, and so he hasn't slept in 2 days. But he's still here, putting in the work for you guys. My name is Brent Daniels. Check us out at talktopeople.com if you're looking for the absolute best leads possible for your real estate business. Check that out. And remember, keep your house clean, protect your health, and increase your value to the world. You'll live a fantastic life. I love you guys. I'll see you in a couple weeks. See ya.